Hey everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat, and I'm here today with a card for Imagine That Digi-Stamp called Garden Bears. And I start by coloring out my little turtle with YG 21, 23, and 25. And I do, just like I always do, I put my base, my lightest color down as my base. Then I go in with my darkest, and then come back in, do my mid-tone, and then go over everything again with my lightest again. And then also, if you go to Imagine That Digi-Stamp, use the code SHERRY15, all caps, you'll get 15% off any order over $5. And the majority of her sets come with several images. It's awesome. And she just came out with some of the cutest teddy bear images. I am in like dog heaven. I love it. And I'm just going over this and doing a second cover of it because I felt like I wasn't getting a very good blend. So here I come in and I do some tip to tip, and that makes the blending so much easier. I was much happier after I did that with the markers. It made a huge difference in my opinion. So I'm moving down now, doing the same thing on the legs. Now if you notice, I do leave a very fine line between the front leg and where the back leg is, because if I put that really dark, it would have made the legs kind of blend together and look like one. So by leaving that little gap of lighter there, it made a big difference in how the image is perceived. And also I'm coloring the shell in G82 and 85, and then I decided that really was not what I wanted. I wanted more of a brownish green, so I do go back over it with an E30, or excuse me, an E51 that I'm using here for the shell. I go back over that part and it just tones down the green, makes the brown a little more pronounced, and I loved it. I loved it. I had so much fun. I love teddy bears. I just think, if I could have a real one and it wouldn't eat me, I really would. That's how much I love them. And I don't think my husband would want it either. But, besides those, couple things, I would really have fun if I could. So I'm just finishing up the little part of his feet there. And here's where I go over with E31, and go over that to get the brown color that I wanted. And then I forgot to color his little nose. I'm telling you, I don't know what my problem's been here lately. I'm just thankful I still remember how to color, because lately I've forgotten everything. And his little eyes look so sweet, but I wanted to add some shadow to kind of make him look more pitiful looking. So I just went in with some warm grays and did that, and then blended them out with the Zero Colorless Blender. And I'm going in here with E40, 42, and 44. And again, I put my base layer down, which is my E40. And then I'm going to come in here with my E44. I do just what I did on the body of the turtle. I do the 3 colors, and then I decide that I wasn't getting the blend that I wanted. So again, I go back over it. Excuse me, guys. I go back over it and do a little bit more tip to tip, and I darken things up a little bit because I wasn't happy with, what's the word? It just wasn't standing out to me. It wasn't bold enough. And I'm sure there's a word for it, but it ain't coming to my brain today. So if you know what it is, put it in the description box because I can't think of it. But I wanted it to stand out a little more, and I was losing him behind the brightness of the green turtle. So I needed to do something to, just make him pop a little more. And so as soon as I finish this first layer, I will go back over and darken him up and do some tip to tip to get the blending that I want. And see, here I go. I'm going back in. I knew I was not happy with it. It needed to be darker. And he just looked washed out, I guess is the word. Then I go for his little ears. I do E40 through the whole thing, and then I go put some R20 for shadowing in his ears and on his feet, and then I go over it again with the E40 just to tone down the pink. It's not hard at all, and it takes away the bright pink and just gives you like a natural looking like glow kind of thing. And I did E44 and 47 for his muzzle, and then E49 for his nose and his eyebrows. So I didn't use a lot of colors on him, and you could really have used just 2 on all of the images, on every one of the colors, and made a absolutely adorable card. I just love it. And I'm going to sit down tonight, hopefully, and work on another one, because I am loving I just want to woohoo, watch me go. I started mixing that image with some of my CottageCutz dies, and I feel like I'm in my element, baby. Oh yeah. I'm using my black glaze pen for his eyes and his mouth, and then the eyes on the bear and the bird. And then I'm kind of come back in and I use my white glaze pen to put the little dots in the eyes. And then I come and use my clear glaze to finish the rest of the eye off, so it has a shine over the entire eye and not just, the pupil. And I use my scissors here to cut it out, and I cut it right on the line. And guys, you thank the Lord I cut out a bunch of this, because I am the slowest cutter you've ever seen. That is sped up 5 times, and that's how slow I go. Oh my gosh. I know, I don't know what my problem is. But I'm going to take my Memento dual tip marker, which I need to get another one and can't find them anywhere. So I'm going to have to go on a massive hunt. And I go all the way around the edges, and it just covers up anywhere I might have messed up when I was cutting it. So I'm going to use the spring meadow, the hollow tree with forest friends, and the rustic fence. And I'm going to bring those in and use those to work with my card, to work with the image. And I just used my grass punch to put at the bottom. That way I was able to leave as much border as I wanted. And I really feel like I found like the perfect combination. You know how bacon and eggs go together? Ice cream and fudge go together? It's like images and CottageCutz dies. Oh, they go together, and I'm just so happy. I'm like, woohoo! I'm worse than a little kid. So I'm just trimming up the grass here and putting it in where I want it to be. And I use my pan pastels on all of the pieces that you see me putting in, and on the fence here. And then I will also come in with some of the mushrooms, and I used another pan pastel in red to add some shadowing to the side of the mushrooms. And I love mushrooms to eat them, but I've never been a big mushroom fan of putting them in images. And I just love these. I could just I want to put them in every card I make. And I'm like, only so many mushrooms, but I really could do them on every one and be a happy camper. And so I'm finishing up this. I'm going to bring in my image. I'm going to hook him down. And then I'm just going to put those little tufts of grass in front of him to look like he's standing in a little more grass, and bring in one more of the mushrooms. I love the mushrooms. I've never understood why people would do mushroom cards, and now I'm like, I want every mushroom dye I can find. I don't know what it is. Alright guys, this is my card. I hope that you like it. Remember to practice your CPR, craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today, and happy crafting. I love you all. Bye.